Dr. Cho Ayaba is somebody who took over the Cameroon embassy in Germany and was willing to go to jail because of our freedom. He has the tenacity, he inspires our youth, and at a time when people did not even accept self-defense, these are the people he had attracted. The Sheikh Harvey Womeleng, the Benedictwa, these are them in Lebialem recruiting youth in 2015, 14 and 15, for 9 months staying with them in the forest to train them so that they can be able to have the weapons and the tool and the leadership to fight, just like you said, defense, so that Ambazonia can have the chance to be respected in the international community. These are them training youths there with empty hand. And at that time, it was people like you who were calling them Changshu boys. This is the ADF on the ground, training people on the ground. This is the Ambazonian Governing Council on the ground. These are fighters on the ground. Let me bring some other videos for our people to see, because least they forget what has gone on. These are the youths that formed the pioneer in our liberation struggle.
One for one. One for all. No retreat. No.
These are the Somali. These are the people who brought down CDC.
All for one. One for all. All for one. One for all. Yes, I did also for Lebialem for my land, and I did for here. I be the commander for this group. I did so me as a stand for here. I know say I come on Nigeria. I be go Nigeria for this struggle. I don't go come back. I think about my village. So I come now say, now I come meet up my own brother, fellow brother them for village, so that if we join a group. And this group then are under Ayaba a group.
So this is the boys that the Ambazonian Defense Forces recruited, sent to Nigeria to fortify themselves traditionally and to gain weapons and come back and fight for our freedom. Dr. Cho Ayaba, that you are saying is a group, is a father of self-defense. He inspired our youths. He gave us General Ivor. He gave our youth the courage to pick up guns. He trains them. He did not just send people to go down there, recruit and train these boys, but he himself go down to ground zero in Ambazonia to launch self-defense. This is him on the ground with men he has trained, giving them a code of conduct, a weapons and an ideology to free our country and give us a chance to be free. This is Dr. Cho Ayaba in Ambazonia with the ADF. When there was no group that was organized or that carried gun, he brought us the flag, he brought us defense group with a command and control structure, and did not launch the defense from the diaspora, but went there on the ground after 1 year of training and preparing these boys who have formed the pioneer in ground zero. Even Grandpa Bali was one of these pioneers. General Kata, who created 7 Kata. So this is the ADF. They want to tell you is not fighting against the Republic. And when they came, let me bring you another picture. When they came to ground zero, they did not just fight by themselves, but they went from camp to camp, providing weapons. This is General in Pinying, the forces in Pinying. The first weapons that were provided to them from the ADF. These are testimonials. This is General Koro.
Now we will begin with the top. We will make the video that because we there for midday water and we will not no side will follow. And now we don't make our decision. We'll be there for opinion, so we'll not get no big man. We will fit talk in our parties. But now we will get for make our decision. But now we don't make our decision. Say we are par. Now General big number. We na ADF. We will be picking for power. Power will give them nothing. They defy this struggle now.
So from the beginning up to now, man, Dr. Cho Ayaba have been fighting for self-defense, training and equipping soldiers with the ideology and inspiring them and giving them weapons. He is the reasons why we are here today. These are forces in Goza.
We get problem for Gram Zero here. I mean this, but for Goza. We get problem for here. General Commander, look at seize all my weapons them about 20 something promotion. We are sitting the way we get her now. Now I mean they did the trade for come Gusa any day. They the trade for come. Now just say that the fear I like they for not enter. They know say I don't do them. They for not enter. When I not try for solve the matter, make I mean they do arrive for them. When I talk say me I talk say say I need work for AGF General Commando. Me na be my general for waiting. Now somebody face me bullet. No mean that somebody face some man bullet for Gram Zero here. No be they need pay no man for Gram Zero here. We don't decide for fight for una. Muna not take a like say they say we don't turn and slave them.
So these are the youths that were recruited by the ADF, armed by the ADF. When the people like Ambe and those who champions the IG, they came into the whole self-defense. They start paying boys to denounce the ADF, buying ADF soldiers here and there. And Boss Dimaya was assassinated and many other generals like him. Some ADF camps had to even change their name, like the Black Shoes in Oko, the Red Lions of Alabukam, and many others, because of people like Ambe. They have made it impossible for collaboration and for information sharing and many other things that would have made us to be effective. They want to just lie about the ADF. And he says that the ADF are people who are antagonized on the ground, repeating Cameroon propaganda. Let me show you the ADF on the ground so that you should know what the ADF is doing. This is the Amazonian Governing Council. They have come from saying they do not exist.
The continuity, this is the continuity of the second session.
These are the ADF.
This is the continuity,
These are the
third
Amazonian
session
Governing
rather.
Council on the ground.
It requires a massive turn-up, more than 23,000 participators.
So these are the Amazonian Governing Council. The people on the ground are with the ADF en masse. The Cameroon propaganda that tries to antagonize the Amazonian Governing Council for purpose for preventing collaboration, because they know once everybody is coming in synchronology, we are going to be effective. The only way to spoil it is to target the most organized group. They repeat the mantra and the propaganda of Cameroon, helping the enemy simply because they want to fight against internal rivalry and to project themselves. That is unpatriotic and that is the wrong thing to do. And the guy even went ahead to say that ADF has never fought any war. That they should point one battle that the ADF has fought. So I will just show you this image from Oko, the ADF unit under General Bush Rambo of Oko, the armored car kid.
Yeah, this is the Black Shoe of Oko. They have born one armor car. As you can see, the intelligence force of Oko.
So 4 armored cars are lying there in the valleys in Oko, destroyed by the ADF. This is the ADF commander, overall commander in Oko, General Bush Rambo, armored car killer. It is ridiculous to even try to show these things because we know La Republique always come out to make this statement that ADF do not exist as a provocation. But the last thing we expect is for Amazonians to pick it up and start repeating La Republique things. These are ADF actions. This Bengui Road. This is an ambush that they killed 3 Cameroon military men there and recover their weapons. There are just so many you can't. Last week we have an RPG attack in Bui that killed 19 Cameroon military men. And you remember Operation Hammer Blow that has been recorded and announced by BBC as the highest military confrontation since this war began between both sides in urban area.
Ici c'est un rincon. Ça tire en vrai. Les gars barricadés partout. Juste à l'opposé de l'entrée du groupement. Et ça tire vrai. Ouais.
You can hear the enemy confirming vrai. Look at the amount of territory we covered in Bamenda to carry on Operation Hammer Blow. The amount of road we blocked to carry out that operation. Huge operation. So for anybody to come up with these silly blackmails that have no place is just to tell you it's a lie. And he even goes ahead to call Amazonian Governing Council that we are doing kidnappers, trying to repeat Cameroon propaganda. Cameroon says those things to propaganda, but we know this is Human Rights Watch report, the most reputable organization when it comes to human rights report. In their last report about Amazonia, they said that they contacted prominent Ambazonian groups and leading factions. They contacted the Ambazonian Governing Council, the APLM, they contacted the IG of Chris Anu, they contacted the IP of Yerima about incidents of human rights, kidnapping for ransom, and all atrocities in Ground Zero. They contacted Ebenezer Akwanga. The only organization that responded was the Ambazonian Governing Council, which is a sign that they are not the one perpetrating and have taken responsibility to combat it. So this is being recognized internationally by reputable organizations such as Human Rights Watch. And these are the reports so that somebody can, you can check it up by yourself. Put a screen player of the report. You can see the report on, this is a website. The report is dated June 27, 2022. You'll find this report there that states our effort in combating kidnapping for ransom. You have seen our anti-kidnapping squad. We are the only movement that confronts these things. We are the only people that people call. Even the people in the IG, they call me when they have problems and we help them to resolve them. We campaign publicly when it comes to motivate our youth, inspire them to pick up arms. I do it myself as a defense official, make videos to inspire our youth, to educate them about self-defense and the need for them to carry on and for them to effectuate it. So when people like this, they sit in their comfort and for purpose of internal rivalry and opposition, they come out to make propaganda that helps the enemy. They are unpatriotic and they have to apologize to the Ambazonian people. It's a disgrace what Dr. Mbe have done. It's laughable what he has done, and he should be ashamed of himself. I don't know where we will end with these things, Ambazonia. People after people that you look and you think that there are some good in them, they turn out to be people that are empty. But we know it takes just 2% to free a country. And it's good that we go through this process so that we know these people. But we have tell our people, if you are in the diaspora, you denigrate our soldiers, you will be handled when you go back to Ground Zero. Make sure when you want to criticize us, when you want to say something about us, it is based on substantiative evidence that you can show. If you want to give your opinion, let it be based on something during a period of war. Each time I want to criticize a soldier or a group of soldiers, I make sure I don't just lie about them. I try to verify the information I have. I weigh them with evidence that are available. It is irresponsible to just lie about organizations like this. Meanwhile, you call yourself as a journalist or activist, I don't know. So ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this program.